How's it going today, everybody? Eddie Kernan for Rexylab. Welcome to the Guitarmery. This time, you know what? Screw it. I'm way too excited. I'm just going to open the thing. Okay, so what we have here is so ironic that Alanis Morissette could write a song about it. What it is a bass that I used to own back in the day. In fact, this could have been the very bass that I got rid of, because on my recent trip to Seattle, where I got the B-Quad 4, I went and I looked around, but I wasn't really there for fun. I didn't get a chance to go and look around at all the guitar places that I would have liked to, and this bass was right up there. It's the same exact one that I let go of, to the point where I asked the guy to look for a very distinctive mark on it to find out if it was in fact mine, being that I am from Seattle. Well, he checked and it is not. But you know what? I have been wanting to get this thing back ever since I was foolish enough to let it go. As I said, I've been looking for one of these for years. I believe this is the day. Let's find out. I don't even want to look. Oh man, they did such a good job. They even, wow. What do we got here? Thank you for your purchase from Mike and Mike's Guitar Bar. To ensure the safety of your instrument during transit, we've taken certain precautions, blah, 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 detuning. This is the one that I was foolish enough to get rid of. 1983 Fretless Ibanez Musician. Mine, either right here or right here, would have said Jeffrey W. Morgan. That's the guy that I got it from. It's not as clean as the one I had. But for something from 1983, it's pretty doggone clean. Let's tune it up and see how it sounds. Let's see how straight this neck is. Could be straighter. Everything about this could be a lot of things, but you know what? I want to plug it directly in and see how it sounds. So this thing's really weird because there's your master volume. This is your passive tone right here. This is your passive active switch. Tone knob doesn't sound like it's doing anything, does it? But obviously this is in passive right here, because when you switch it down here, the active preamp starts working. So yeah, so that's active. And this is your pan right here, which is really weird. Right now, it's both of them. That's neck and bridge. I can't believe I finally have this bass back. Once again, not actually mine, but, well, it's mine now, isn't it? I'd really like to make a time machine just to go back in time and whip the ass of my younger self for getting rid of the thing, because it's just amazing. I wonder how Les Claypool slaps on a fretless. I mean, I bet you it's really hard. Okay, that's enough of that. Inside this thing is a crazy amount of stuff. I know this now. Didn't know it then. But this is an engineering marvel. So let's take a look inside, shall we? So there are a couple things wrong with this right off the bat. First one is that right here and right here, these two places are stripped. In fact, it looks like that is in need of some serious attention. Whereas this one's probably fine. This right here should be stuck to the back of this thing. I'll clean that up and make it happen. But this is the shielding. My goodness. Only one thing to do when it's that dirty. I only see one way to approach this properly, because there were certain things that didn't feel like they were doing quite as much as they should. On top of that, some of these pots aren't centered up. So I think that this needs to come out and everything needs to be just like completely cleaned with the oxid. I pulled this thing apart fairly well, and I got to tell you, I'm really impressed. This right here is just a piece for shielding that's actually wired. You know, I'm sure that goes straight to the ground wire. Same thing right here too, but that's just a precision pickup with a cover, and that's just a jazz pickup with a cover. This AccuCast 2 bridge, if you look at the way that this thing is, you know, that little screw right there moves this entire thing. It's not like it's just going on that one screw and that's it. Excruciatingly filthy. Really bad. Get a look at just that line of sweat and dirt and dead skin and crap and God knows what else that is on this pickup. And look, that right there just fell out. Look at that. Oh, gnarly. So what we'll probably do, we're going to clean this up a lot. I also found a couple other things that are not good that make me sad. One of the tuning machines up here is different. How different? I don't know. Some. And one of them was really sticky. Now it seems to be okay, but they're all going to get lubed up. And we're going to take care of all this filth. This is a much better view. Wow, look at how filthy that is. I'm almost afraid. At first I was real scared, but there was no reason. Where is it? As I saw the knife sticking out from grandmother's dress. All right. That's enough of that. That's a way better look at this thing and the way that it's just soldered onto this plate to ground it, and then we still have two wires going into from this pickup, you know, our start and our finish. So that's really cool. That is so much better than it was. We'll also see if we can't clean up this area with some naphtha here, and this area over here too, because it's pretty gross. Okay, so that looks like a big jumbled up mess, doesn't it? But actually, we're doing really good here, because I just hit all of this with deoxit and then with some duster. So essentially, if you've never seen how to do this before, here's how. If you've got the thing out like this, you can see that little area right there, that kind of open area. You just squirt in there and work that shaft, baby. Work that shaft back and forth. There we go. So this is all cleaned up now, and everything should be good to go. So let's just get us a nice little hot soldering iron, and we will reattach this. And that's it. This is so much cleaner than it was. Everything's been blown out. It looks really good. This right here was that deteriorated foam to keep these metal things from grounding out there, or worse. So I took this out of my pickup drawer, and we'll just trim this up a little bit. Stick it in there without actually taping it in. I don't want to create this problem for somebody else in the future after I'm dead and gone. That will hold in there nice and dandy, and I don't need to glue nothing into nothing. So now, do some double stick tape here. All right. These two holes have been plugged and filled full of glue too, so let's just see, before we do anything, I want to test these electronics before I put one more screw in this thing. Okay, so let's see, volume all the way up, panned all the way to the front. Let's get like a lot of volume. Nope. I like it. Okay. Let's keep it all the way here. Man, okay, so that is working. That treble's working way better. Blowing out all that crap really made a difference. Let's pan it back here. Okay, so down must be active. Oh yeah. Okay, it works. I can put the rest of the screws in. After I do that, we'll get this all cleaned up and it'll be cool. But I want to show you something real quick. I had to use a jeweler's screwdriver to get these on. You can see right there, those are two little itty bitty baby flatheads. And when I took these knobs off, they came off just a little too easy. So I'm going to take this little baby flathead and I'm going to put it in here just a little, not a lot. Now I'll take the back of this teeny tiny screwdriver. We'll just get it to just open up just a little bit. Because if you go a lot, break one of these things right off. And that would be sincerely no good. It looks really pretty if I do say so myself. So what I'm going to do is clean this up with some naphtha. After I get it all cleaned up with the naphtha, I'll put the rest of the screws in the back here and then condition the fretboard, drop these saddles, and put a little bit of a back bow into the truss rod so that I can loosen it up under string tension and get the action just the way I want it. Then it'll be time to intonate it, and we should be good. I do have to point out, though, these are not the original strap buttons. They should be gold, and they should be these little two-pronged things. If you look really close, you can see that all three of these don't have these lines in it except for that one. And you flip it over, and that one right there has little white lettering on it. So obviously somebody did something. Unfortunately, there's a problem. All of these screws, this would explain why it's not quite intonated. All of these screws are frozen because there was all that dead skin and nasty stuff that was all in there that hadn't been cleaned out. I am left to guess, I'm not sure, but it's a pretty good guess that all of the acids from your hand and the salt from your sweat and the dead skin and the dust and everything else has just got in here and gummed this up something fierce. Now, that is bad because this right here is frozen. These three screws are frozen. This head is stripped. That's just, we're done there. I'm gonna have to like come up with an easy out, maybe cut these with a Dremel. The good news is that I just happen to have another one of these bridges. It's the wrong color, but you know what? The screws are fine. And none of these are bad. I'm sacrificing a perfectly good vintage bridge in order to make this work. I paid top dollar for this bass, so it was not supposed to have this problem. I was supposed to be able to just get it, plug it in, tune it up, and ready to go. This right here is kind of one of those buyer beware things because, you know, every time you go into a place where it's a vintage shop, you know, they specialize in like all these boutique, you know, antique or classic things, they're going to insist that they're experts and that this thing's been gone through top to bottom. Obviously, this is not the case, so I will be calling them and finding out. You know, you gonna make this right somehow? I doubt it.